Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. If you've been watching my videos over, say, the last month, you'll notice that I really haven't been picking up too many cards. It's not through lack of trying, though. It just happens that whether it be a Wade Boggs card or a vintage baseball card, either the buy it now prices are just a little bit too high in my opinion, that I'm willing to pay for a certain card. And there have been some auctions that I have bid on and gotten outbid. One case in point, there's for Wade Boggs cards, there's a 2019 Leaf Originals metal set. It's sort of like a mini version of the 1948 Leaf card. Really love that set, and it comes in multiple color variations. And besides the two one-of-ones, the only color that I'm missing is the red background, serial numbered out of 3. I know a fellow Boggs collector who has one of those reds. He also has, I believe, the other two one-of-ones, so he has the complete rainbow. But a card serial numbered out of 3, didn't think I would see maybe another copy surface for a while. Well, earlier this week, the red out of 3 showed up on auction. And so I was hoping to go after it. I was willing actually to put in a very, very strong bid. I was willing to maybe go up to $125, which again, for me, out of a 1 out of 3, not autographed, no game used material on it, that for me that would have been overpaying for a normal Wade Boggs card. But because it would have allowed me to complete my non-one-of-one rainbow, I was willing to go that high. So I was following the auction, and I noticed that there were 2 bidders that even early on in the auction started battling against each other. And these were 2 bidders with fairly low feedback, so they didn't seem that they were normal, maybe Wade Boggs collectors. I don't know. It's hard to tell with eBay IDs and stuff. You can sort of go by feedback, at least in my experience with Wade Boggs cards, who I think may be going after a particular card. But these 2 bidders just kept going at it and going at it and pushed the final sales. I didn't even get my bid in because well before the auction ended, it blew past my max $125, and it actually sold for $255. Just goes to show that if you have at least 2 bidders that are battling for a card, you can get an auction price go pretty high. I mean, in my opinion, they paid way more than that card is worth. But again, that's what happens sometimes with auctions. So again, it's out of 3. I know 1 copy is already in a Boggs collection. Who knows what's happening with this card? And I don't know if the 3rd copy is in another Boggs collector's collection or not. So I may have lost out on my opportunity for that non-one-of-one rainbow, but hey, you can't get them all. But I don't want to say I'm frustrated on the vintage side, but again, it's really hard to find cards. A lot of them are buy it nows. You don't see too many auctions, and the buy it nows just seem to be the starting price, or even for some of the auctions, the initial bid price is just way up there. But I do have 2 cards to show off that I think I got I don't want to say a great deal on, but a really good deal, at least in terms of the comps. I paid at or slightly below, I think, comps for these 2 cards. They're not big cards, but the same seller, and I'll explain the deals that I got with them when I show off the cards. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you my 2 cards, 1976 Topps Hall of Famers that I recently picked up. Okay, the first card I have to show off is the 1976 Topps Raleigh Fingers. This is in a nice PSA 7. Um, Pretty well centered. Nice clean image there. On some of these 76s, you'll notice some of the colors maybe bleed between that center white area, and it's not as crisp. But that's a good color separation there. That's one thing I look for in the 76 Topps cards. The back's pretty well centered as well, not too bad. There's a little, fisheye right down there. But again, I'm not too worried about the back. But a nice clean copy. For this one, I think the original buy it now price was $17 and around $5 shipping, something like that. Had waited on it, didn't really pull the trigger. I mean, 17 bucks is probably not that bad. Well, if you buy cards on eBay and stuff and have some cards in your watch list, occasionally the seller will make you an offer. And the seller sent me an offer for $14.50 plus, like I said, $5 shipping. I didn't jump on it right away, but a day or two went by and it was still, no one had picked it up. So I said, okay, I'll go ahead for $14.50 plus $5 shipping. I thought that was a pretty good deal. And before I hit the buy it now and paid, accept the offer and paid for it, I went to check to see if the seller had any other listings. And sure enough, he had the second card that I picked up. He had this 1976 Topps Rod Carew in a PSA 7. And it was one that I had actually in my watch list. I didn't realize it was the same seller. And again, I had it in my watch list for a while. He had wanted $22.50, I believe, plus $5 shipping. And again, this Rod Carew is nice, not perfectly centered, but centered well enough for me. Nice eye appeal. Love the colors there. The blue and sort of the pink there. You got the All-Star second base little star there. And again, nice color separation in that bottom border there. The back isn't as nice. It's a little off left to right. Again, you got another one of those little fish eyes. But again, the back is not as important at all to me as the front. So this presented an opportunity, and it was buy it now or best offer. So I submitted an offer. I said, well, let me just, based on what he was offering for that one, I put an offer for $16. Again, it was $22.50. I offered $16, and in my message to him, I said that I was also interested in this Raleigh Fingers that he made an offer to me for $14.50. So figuring that Rod Carew had maybe a little bit more hobby appeal, maybe his cards maybe go for a little bit more, I felt that if he was willing to sell the Raleigh Fingers for $14.50, then he may be willing to sell the Rod Carew for $16. And again, was hoping for combined shipping. And he actually, it was that next day, I think I put the offer in sort of late at night. So the next day, he accepted the $16 offer. And with combined shipping, I think he made it like, I don't know, it's like $7.50 or something like that, which again, it was $5 each. And that's fine. So yeah, I ended up picking up the Raleigh Fingers for $14.50, the Rod Carew for $16, and paid a combined $7.50 in shipping. Maybe it's a little, the shipping was a little high there, but again, given that with these two cards here, so I think I got a pretty good deal. Would like your opinion on just the cards themselves, or whether you think I did good. I looked up the comps again. Really, other cards have been in PSA 7s have been selling for maybe right around the $16, $18 range for both cards, something like that. So again, maybe not a super great deal, but given again some of these vintage cards out there, now again, these are relatively lesser names. I'm not talking about picking up a Hank Aaron or Willie Mays here, but yeah. Let me know what you think, how I did. That's all I have for you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.